In section 3.3, we're now going to look visually, get a picture of the variation, the spread. Okay, but in order to do that, we need to understand percentiles and specifically quartiles. So let's look at this first example. Sophia took a test and scored in the 79th percentile. What percentage of the scores was at or below hers, and what percentage was above? Okay, well, if you're in the 79th percentile, that's the percent that scored at or below you. It has nothing to do with the actual score you made. It just tells you the percent. So there were 79% at or below her score. Okay. So what does that leave to be above? Well, if you do 100% minus 79%, you're left with 21% above her score. Good. All right. Now, quartiles are very specific percentiles. The quartiles are the 25th percentile, the 50th percentile, and the 75th percentile. It cuts your data value up into 4 pieces. So very important, the very first thing you do to find quartiles is put the data values in order from smallest to largest. So I've done that here. I've rearranged them, so 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 9, 9, 12. All right, the first quartile you have to find is Q2, the second quartile. That's the median. So if you notice, the median is 6. That is your second quartile, your Q2. Now, the first quartile, Q1, we look at the bottom half of the data. Since 6 is in the middle, we basically just kind of ignore it. And we'll just look at the 4 data values here that are below our quartile, okay? And we find the median of these 4 numbers. Well, the median is right here between 3 and 5. Well, what's right in the middle of 3 and 5? 4. If you want to get technical, we say 3 plus 5, which is 8, divided by 2 is 4. Okay, so our Q1, which would be right in here, is 4. The third quartile, we look at the top half. Okay, the 7, the 9, 9, and the 12. Well, the third quartile, or the median of the top half, falls between the 9s. Well, there's nothing between a 9. That Q3 would be 9. If you really want to go through, you could go 9 plus 9, which is 18, divided by 2 is 9. Okay? Good. Somehow made a mistake. Can't believe that, huh? And I got the same example on there twice, so ignore this next example. Okay? Now, let's look at this next set, and we're going to find our 5-number summary. It's a random sample of 27 skiers at Vail, Colorado gave their ages, and the results were. Now, we want the 5-number summary, which is the low value, the high value, and the 3 quartiles. And so we need to put these in order. For me, the easiest thing to do was to make a stem and leaf display. I said, okay, well, the smallest data value was a 15. The highest was a 72, so I did my, 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, made my line, and then got them in order. So I know I've 15, 16, 18, 19, 19, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, I've got all 27 skiers' ages represented here, and they are in order. Okay. Now, the low is easy to find. That was my 15. My high is easy to find. That's the 72. Now I've got to find my quartiles. We're going to start with Q2, the median. Now, I've got 27 data values, so there's got to be one in the middle. Let's see. That would be between the 13th and 14th. Okay. Nope, it would be the 14th. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 13, 13, right there. It's right in the middle. There's 13 data values on either side of 33. So 33 is my median. Okay. Now I'm going to ignore that, and I'm just going to look at the top half of my data, okay? So I've got 13 data values. So for Q1, to be right in the middle, it's the 7th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now there's 6 data values below it, 6 data values above it. So that is 23. Again, on the top half, again, there's 13 data values, so I'm looking for the 7th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here's 7. There's 6 below it and 6 above it, so that would be 49. Okay? Now, the whole point of getting this 5-number summary is so that we can make a box and whisker plot. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do when you make a box or whisker plot is you're simply going to make a number line. Now my smallest data value is a 15. My largest data value is a 72. So my number line, I went, and if you excuse the one I scribbled out, I went from 10 all the way up to 75. Okay, and I went by 5s very consistently. Any number line should be consistent. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my 5-number summary up above it. So 15, I'm going to come here above 15, and I'm just going to put a dot. Okay. The high was 72, so I'm going to come down here to about where 72 would be. Up above it, put a dot. Okay. Let's see, Q1 is 23, so I'm going to come here to 23, put a dot. Q2 is 33, okay, and Q3 is 49. So I've got my 5-number summary marked. Now this is called a box and whisker plot, so it makes sense we should have box and some whiskers. So the box is going to start, we're going to go to Q1, and our box is going to go all the way out to Q3. So basically we're making a rectangle from Q1 out to Q3. And then we put a vertical line at Q2. Okay, so we don't normally write this, but this is Q1, this is Q2, and this is Q3. Okay? Then we draw whiskers from Q1 out to the lowest data value, and from Q3 out to the highest data value. Box and whisker. Now remember, these are quartiles, okay? So you should have 25% of your data values are represented in that whisker. 25% of your data values are represented in that side of the box. 25% of the data values are represented in the right side of the box. And 25% of the data values are represented in this last whisker. Now, if these are 25% apiece, why aren't they the same length? Why is this whisker so much shorter than this whisker? Okay. Well, if you look at the data values, okay, these first sets go from 15 to 22, okay? Whereas this last whisker goes from 52 out to 72, a range of 20 versus a range of 7, okay? So a range of 20 versus a range of 7. So this fourth of the data was more spread out than this fourth of the data. So we've got a picture. We can tell that the top half of the data was much more spread out than the bottom half of the data. Okay, just kind of a cool thing. All right, the interquartile range is real simple. Q3 minus Q1. So we take 49 minus 33. Okay, 49 minus 33 is 16. So nothing too tough there. All right, if you have any questions, let me know, and good luck.